Evolution, the process of developing by gradual changes. A colorful process, one may say. How do we evolve over time, and is it inevitable? As an artist, we are bound to evolve. We are bound to get out of our comfort zone, experiment with different supplies, and it's inevitable that we are going to grow and change along with our art as well. And change seems to be the current chapter in my life. In this video, we will explore and I will share all the ways that I personally learned to evolve as an artist, as a human, and I'll share little questions and prompts on how you can too. I woke up this morning with a craving to spread some paint on a canvas and just lay it out on the table and explore with all these different colors. Have you ever gotten up and wanted to create something, but then you made up some excuse, or you told yourself that that's not really your quote-unquote style, or you've never used the medium, or something to stop you from actually starting? Well, it's time to follow that resistance. We've all been there, but in order to evolve as an artist, it's really important that we just try stuff. It's as simple as that. First and foremost, what mediums, ideas, or techniques do you want to further explore? As someone who loves to create whimsical illustrations and realism, I also absolutely love the concept of expressing yourself through any colors or random splatters of paint on a canvas. I'm not sure why, but it's really all I wanted to try this morning. It's really nice to start this way as it gets you loosened up, and I like to blast the music and just make a mess on the canvas and move, dance, and let things flow. I woke up and simply gave myself permission to try. Try something that gets me excited, because if it gets us excited, and if it makes us happy, that's what matters. Here's the thing, I've always wanted to try gold leaf. Some way, somehow, I've just been loving the concept of it. I love the way it looks, and I've never actually gave it a try. And there's currently an empty wall in my bedroom, and I wanted something very calming and just an experiment. So this is where this experiment was born. Experimentation is crucial for artists. It's crucial for our evolution, and we get to know ourselves, we get to know our craft. With every experiment that I have conducted thus far, I have made some mistakes that I've learned from. I have found out some mediums that I absolutely love, some topics that I want to explore further. So through experimentation and just getting started, I found this to be a great way that I learned to continue to evolve. With this piece, although it's rather simplistic, I found that the aerial circles and the circular motion created this flow, and not realizing it, I absolutely loved the geometric aspect of things here. I wanted to share this first time of trying gold leaf because I actually didn't really know the rules, but I didn't do much research. I just did research along the way and figured it out. So if there's something that you've been wanting to try, it's just time to start. Because trust me, you will absolutely figure it out. So sometimes we have to try something a little bit different. So ask yourself, what excites you, what inspires you, and what are your sources of creativity? And what is it really that you want to try? Remember this painting from a previous vlog? Well, the Giclée prints have arrived. Definitely a different technique here on this painting, but hey, you can do and try whatever you want. It's time to sign them, it's time to open them up, and seeing the colors in person just blew my mind. Something I keep in mind when it comes to evolution is just things about my artistic goals. And something to ask yourself is, how do you define success as an artist? Is it financial gain, personal fulfillment, or recognition? Who is your audience, and does your art resonate with them? What impact do you want to have? At first, I was nervous to put my art out into the world, but thanks to Squarespace, I was able to start my website and begin putting out prints, improving quality of the prints, and just showcasing my art on my website. You guys always request some of the prints, and their mobile-friendly feature allows you to access it at any time. So if you're thinking about evolving yourself as an artist through your business and wanting to create a website, this is an excellent place to do so. When I first started, this was actually a huge fear of mine, but as I started to do it, as I started my website, I noticed that putting out the art into the world and allowing it to impact and bring warmth to people's homes, it was just priceless, and I'm eternally grateful. And also thank you to Squarespace for supporting the channel all along. Give Squarespace's award-winning templates a try and start your free trial by going to squarespace.com. And when you're ready to launch, head over to squarespace.com/JessCarp for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. And after a day or two, all the prints are complete. All right, last order going in. Let's weigh this one. Oh man, I need some food. All right, 8 ounces. And that is a wrap. Did it. Last order in.
I know your face so well, but I can tell that it's changing. I know when you lie there still that you've just been resting. We get along so well, but I see that we're changing. We've got a long way down till we're 60 years old. We've got a long way down till we can stand at all.
I also have learned that spending some time alone in stillness is quite important for our evolution. I've also learned that as much as you are spending time creating and working on your business and working on things in general, it's just as important to just enjoy the simple things. Enjoy the sunset, go out and lay in your car, and just show some love to yourself. What you're looking at here are my very first tempera paints when I was little. Yes, I saved them to this day, and I just want to grab them out of the back of the drawer. Oh yeah, and check out the Patreon mail. I'm super excited to pack. Anyways, let's not get distracted here, but I do love those stickers. So one thing that we did when we were little is we just grabbed whatever supplies. We didn't really care as to what it was. We just wanted to swatch some paint around, maybe just doodle and do whatever to just draw. I was so surprised after so many years how well these re-wet, and I don't even think they have them out on to be purchased anymore, but just the way that they laid onto the paper just reminded me of my childhood, and it just helps remind me of the things that I used to do when I was little and how grateful I am that I can continue to do them today. A Patreon of mine recommended me this book called Making Color Sing, and I've just been taking time to learn and be a beginner and just brush up on some basics. And although I've had 5 years of art school and I continue to learn, there's always still something to learn and evolve in our skills, in our knowledge. So that's something that I really love to do to continue to grow. And what I started with here in this book was learning about the pigments and pigments that are our complete basic transparent pigments. In this breakdown, she talks about the basic transparent pigments, the semi-opaque pigments, pigments that will get a little bit more staining, and the limited palette that can be perfect to mix anything and have it be the most cleanest, beautiful colors to get mixed together. With these, you don't need to get a large purchase, but with every color, you can create all sorts of mixtures without it getting muddy. So it was time to take a quick trip to the art store to grab some of these. While at the art store, I ended up finding a few other really interesting things that I wanted to try, and here I am, very excited about this piece of wood because I've always wanted to try etching and like wood burning, so stay tuned for that. I pretty much found the last two. I know I came here for the watercolors, but this was meant to be. The three primaries that she spoke about was Aureolin Yellow, Rose Madder Genuine, and Cobalt Blue. And to feed that childlike excitement, I just took a moment to play around with all of them, and without any kind of plan to make a painting, I just wanted to take some water and see the mixtures that I can create with it. I absolutely love continuing to learn and just read different authors' perspective on color. Color, creativity, anything with art is a lifelong journey, and I've just been so curious about the properties of paint lately, and I'm very excited to share more about this with you guys. And I've learned that these three colors right here, just swatching them out, I wanted to create a limited palette. So I thought about adding a new gamboge because I purchased a small little tiny palette and I wanted to do one that has some transparent pigments and some semi-transparent. So I started to add a little bit of that to see the colors and mixtures it can get with that as well. If I'd be taking it on the go, I wanted to see the greens that I can create with those and the mixtures I can create with this warm red. I really like this shadow color I mixed right here because I think it can work really well for buildings and also some beautiful greenery. I've been doing a lot of play and swatch lately, and I've noticed that I start to create these shapes and these random doodles and little mazes, and that's just something I did since I was little, so it's just a fun way to experiment. Now, the big dilemma for me was to have these three primaries, but I also wasn't sure if I should have a phthalo blue or if I should do a phthalo green or a viridian. I was pretty stuck, but I have 6 little wells and a tiny portable palette, so a decision must be made. Alright, so with even more curiosity, I started to research phthalo green, and it is said to be a synthetic staining pigment. And a viridian has a lower tinting strength and is more easily mixed with other colors. I thought if I have a phthalo blue, I can mix it with the yellow to have more of a brighter green. So I started looking at the different greens that you can kind of get when you have different yellows with them. And this is something I'm excited to dive into more deeper. I've always wanted to create a beautiful big swatch library. And honestly, I've just stuck with my go-to colors and I've loved them all. But if in case you haven't looked at this little chart on how to read the tubes themselves, this is super helpful to look at how transparent the color is and their just groups and staining properties. And also how light fast they are. I also love patrolling Pinterest to see other artists and how they made the little grids. And this artist went and took all the different blues and yellows and created these mixtures. So I'm really heavily leaning towards the phthalo blue and leaving viridian because that way I can mix the greens as well, but also have a nice transparent extra pigment and viridian. Now I find this therapeutic and super relaxing, and I enjoy just blasting some music and getting in the zone, and setting up a new palette is always fun. I'm thinking to take some time and maybe make a palette with some browns in it, and maybe just one that's very neutral. But so far, I'm excited to give this one a try because I've never tried the Aureole in yellow and the Rose Madder Genuine. Those are colors that were very popular to use back in the day, I believe, after doing all the research, but let's see how it goes, and I will definitely keep you guys updated. With time, I quickly learned how important it is to balance out the stillness in the creative craft and just going out and moving your body. I began to designate a good chunk of time to either movement, dance, stretching, and my body has been thanking for it since creativity is actually hours and hours of sitting or standing. Computer work and editing is also a lot of hours of sitting. But going back to feeding that childlike energy, it's always fun to go to the park and get some fresh air and do a little bit of movement, stretching, and you may see a bird or a butterfly or two while you're at it. I want to remind you that wherever you are, you're going to stumble a bit. It's going to be shaky, it's going to be full of little mistakes, little failures and stumbles, but it's really about getting back up and not giving up. Keeping trying, keeping training, and just that self-discipline and really having fun while you're at it. So, how do you find balance in your day-to-day life to whether you are doing most of the time sitting or you're doing most of the time moving around? Are you taking a moment for stillness? Think about it, and it always doesn't hurt to go find a set of swings and have fun there as well.
You're gorgeous. Oh, thank you. You too.
Okay, filming. I'm putting it on a wide lens so it captures the whole class.
Okay, I'm gonna just run because it's gonna start right away.
Something that's incredibly crucial for me to evolve as a human is sharing this deep and important part of my life with you. Why is it important for me to evolve? Well, I've actually never thought it was important to share, and I always kind of just shared it a little bit over on different social media channels, but I wanted to show you guys a huge part of my life, which is dance. For the longest time, I thought I had to stop since I was doing art full time, but I quickly learned I can't live without it, since I found that they work hand in hand. Ever since I was little, I started with ballet, and then I went to ballroom dancing, and now I began hip hop and afro, and also heels, so it's been a really cool time to revisit the love for that and refresh the passion I have for it. And I wanted to share this with anybody who has thought or has listened to somebody who told them that they can't. Whether you've convinced yourself or maybe you just didn't give yourself permission to go back to that thing that you love and cannot live without. I'm a huge believer on if you love it and it brings you so much love and joy and it makes your heart sing, go after it. Don't be afraid because it's going to feed the best parts of you and it's going to bring your soul to life. And this right here is your friendly reminder to never let anybody get in between that, especially yourself. Lately, I've been asking myself how I want to show up and the things I want to share, and all I know is I want to share them with honesty and authenticity, so it's about time I share this with you since it's a huge part of me. I've always wanted to put dance and art together in one performance, and this year I got a chance to do that, and I'm very grateful I got to experiment with this. Whew, what a ride! I began taking classes at a local dance studio, and we were informed that there is a cabaret themed show coming up. And as someone with a ballroom competition background, just having a showcase with an awesome community was something so special to experience. And then attempting to have art and dance in one number was something I can't even put into words, but sometimes the feeling and the emotion is what matters. So, as you continue to grow and evolve, share and show all parts of you. Don't be afraid to dedicate and find time for the things you love. It's the most beautiful part about being human. And if you get in your head a bit, remind yourself that all parts of you deserve to be loved, and all parts of you deserve to be seen. Got like super emotional voicing that. Whew. Yeah, it's not always easy sharing something. And I'm sure maybe you can relate, but I wanted to share that because it's part of growing, it's part of expanding. And why not share it? Anywho, let's continue. Something that I've learned that has helped me evolve and just grow and open my horizons and perspectives is travel. I've done a few international trips, and whether you're going somewhere super far or just somewhere close by or even just a few hours away, there's something beautiful that happens when you just get out of your comfort zone and visit a new place or visit a place that you've been to before. And sometimes, without least expecting it, you'll find some like-minded people there. Okay, story time. Okay, hey everybody. Quick things have been happening, so I just want to finally share a synchronicity story. So I was just biking down this main road, basically here. It's called Duval Street, and I was sitting. Yeah, you're gonna hear a lot of roosters. I was biking down, and I look over to my right, I look over to my left, and I spot some plein air painters. They're just sitting right on location and painting just what they see. And I was like, oh my gosh, plein air painters, people are outside drawing and painting. I should just come by and say hi. Mind you, roosters are agreeing here. I was on my way down to the beach to paint by some trees because I've been really loving to paint trees lately. So I'm just doing my thing, biking over to the beach, get over to the beach, and I get to this beach where there's a lot of trees there as well, and they tell me that it's closed today. Womp, womp, womp. This is where the story gets good. So plans have changed, the beach is closed, that's not happening. So I close my eyes and I'm like, okay, let's just pull out the map and drop a pin anywhere on the map. So I just took my finger, took out the map on my phone, just dropped the pin, and it lands on 1111 Duval Street. And I said, oh, synchronicity, angel numbers. Yes. And I said, you know what? Let's just go there. Guess what happens? I do the directions there, and I show up, and I'm landed right back where all the plein air painters were, because initially I didn't remember where they were. I just knew that they were somewhere along here, and I just happened to land exactly where they were. And it seems as though they meet every Wednesday, so I am amongst a bunch of artists, which is great. And now I am planted in a very cute little ice cream shop. Apparently I was told there's going to be a second round of plein air painters in a little bit, so I'm just going to hang out here and paint. And I just love little stories like that, so I figured I'd share. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a good day, and freckles are out, paintbrushes are out, sun is out. It's a good day. It's really beautiful when you can find your people and find artists that are just as passionate, just as excited, no matter the level. But sticking with your people and just finding your people is really beautiful and crucial to the evolution process, because we're all connected and we all share stories with one another, and artists speak the same language, and we love to share things. We love to talk about things that we understand, and it's a language that we live and breathe. So if you have a chance to go out, maybe go find a class, maybe just book a little getaway and see new places. It's a great way to learn about yourself. It's a great way to see the miracles and the little synchronicities that the universe has in store for you. And with this little mini sketchbook that I started, I found it to be really beautiful to just throw in my bag. Wherever I go, I can take it out and just capture something in detail and just focus on the little things. Okay, so I've been out painting literally all day. All day. 10 to, 5? I think I made one of my favorite paintings ever. Well, recently, but check this out. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. And this is my view. Okay, so also I basically painted on that side and got this. And then I also did one right before where I did some sketches, outlines. And then I did this guy. Such a good day painting. Heart is so full. As I evolve and get older, I've just been loving baking and cooking. I love the smell of fresh batter, so this is just something I've been diving into. I find it to be a really beautiful creative practice aside from painting and drawing. And if it wasn't that, I think I'd be having my own baking show. And also to try something new and feed the creative soul, I got to try my very first few flower arrangement classes with some fun friends, of course.
I'm trying.
Okay, on a level of 1 to 10, how soft are we doing today?
I don't know. How soft does it look?
Yep, it's a little too rough over there. Okay,
You know, let's just get rid of that.
oh, you're
one.
just gonna rip
Let's
it off,
just get
huh?
that out of there.
Okay.
Ah, they keep ripping.
Lexi, gentle!
I'm trying.
Gentle! Wait, Natalia.
Yeah.
What did she say? Very demure?
Very mindful.
It's very demure. What is demure?
I don't know. It's a trend on TikTok that everybody is doing for a while.
Getting out of the studio and doing a different type of creative activity and just laughing with some fellow friends and girls was so helpful and so much fun. I honestly feel like I found a new love for this. I'm definitely going to be going off to the grocery and just grabbing my own flowers and playing around at home with this, but I was really excited to have taken this workshop and learn something new because the amount of happiness and warmth and love this brought my heart is just unexplainable. If you're a creative, think about maybe trying a different type of creative act or workshop. You'll never know how it's going to inspire your usual medium. And hey, there's nothing wrong with having a few more skills. They're not too heavy to carry anyway. So as we grow, as we blossom, as we evolve, there's going to be a moment of contraction, but through it all, we get to bloom and smile along the way. When the mind gets busy and there's so much going on up in the mind, I've been doing my best to implement better habits, waking up nice and early with a meditation, just sitting with myself. And it's not always easy, but whenever the mind gets busy, it always helps to drop back into yourself and just go out and enjoy some nature. This works every single time. A special poet once wrote, "Try not to resist the changes that come your way. Instead, let life live through you." I'm learning more and more that life is full of change, some unexpected, some sudden, and resisting change often causes a bit of discomfort because we cling to how things used to be or how we wish they were. Once we accept them as part of the natural rhythm of life, as we planted the roots and as we grow like trees, let life live through you and let go of that control. Evolve and grow naturally, and instead of always knowing the answers or trying to, just become open. We're all artists out there, creating our lives, painting, dancing, singing, and writing our path. Life is always teaching us something. Life is always moving forward. So let it.